What's up, everybody? Today we're gonna do our new mini series on the RZR 200. What are we doing, Willow?
We're doing a W for Willow video today. And
And let's go see what we're gonna install. Back over here on the bench. So we've got a new sprocket. We got the 12-tooth upgrade, new chain, new belt because we kind of tore the other one up. We got some harness pass-throughs because we already got the harnesses installed, but the way they sit, they're not very good, so we're gonna get the pass-throughs in there and see how that works. And then what's in the black box, Willow? What's in this one here? Boom! Mirrors. You excited for mirrors for driving?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. All right, let's get started. So this kit comes with two different sizes here. It's a 2-inch or 1 3/4 inch. And then it's got the little gasket spacers. So for the RZR 200, we just need the 1 3/4 inch for this. All right, so you take your 1 3/4 inch. We're gonna put it on here. I got my strips cut out just like this. Try to match the other side here. All right, so now we'll get this mirror on. All right, I got these mirrors on. I got the rear view on. So you're gonna need extra gasket material here. Just, you know, get creative with what you got to make sure it's sturdy and squeezes tight. And same thing up here, I had to add some more in to make it nice and sturdy, but doesn't bounce, doesn't move. It's locked in real good. We'll see if the kids like it. All right, now that we got the mirrors installed, the next part is gonna be the pass-throughs for the harnesses. We're gonna have to take the seats out, draw the template, and cut holes through these seats. This is what they look like here. I'll put a link in the description. I got them on Amazon. They're pretty cheap. I think it was like 20 bucks for 2-pack. But basically there's 2 of them. They'll sandwich together. All right, so to get the seats out, you just remove these 2 bolts in the back on the seat frame. I had to remove some of the audio on here because I had music playing and YouTube copyright issues. But I'm going to talk you through a lot of this. Alright, this thing comes with instructions and a template. So you can cut that out and then apply it where you want based on how high. So, you know, you could put this in low. I want to put these up a little bit higher. Just depends on where you want them on your seat. So right here, I'm just kind of eyeballing where I want it and marking the center. And then once I have the center marked, I'm going to drill through because the front side is the soft part with the pad and everything, and the back side is your hard plastic. So drilling through will give me exactly the center where I need to have it on the back side, which is where I'm going to start to do the work. Alright, so flip the seat over, get your template lined up so that hole is perfectly in the center. I'm just going to use tape here, and then I'm going to go ahead and mark out the entire hole, but we're not going to cut out on the fabric the exact shape because you want to have extra fabric so it'll wrap around a little bit better. once you get the fabric cut out, just a little working space, now you can use a utility knife to kind of mark some of the outside edges so you have an idea of where your template needs to go. And then we'll get the template placed inside of there. And then once the template's in there, we can use the utility knife to just kind of score the edges and make a guideline for our cutting. I use the jigsaw to cut out the plastic. Also, I use the oscillating tool for the tight corners. Once you get that cut, you can remove it and test your fitment of your pass-through. You might have to cut a little bit wider because it can be a tight fit with that template. Alright, so go ahead and get your seat back up, put your template back on the front, and then I just cut a single line. That way you have the extra fabric to kind of roll around. You can cut more if you need to. Then go ahead and start cutting your foam. I just use the utility knife, kind of cut it out the best that I can. And then put your pass-through through the rear, through the plastic side, because that's the harder side. Once you get that in, you can flip your seat over. These are kind of a pain to get in and get together. It's got little tabs that click in. Alright, harness pass-throughs are in. They turned out pretty good. It's kind of dark in here, so you'll see there's going to be a gap just based on how these go in the stock seats. And I wanted them up higher because I've got kids from 7 to 12, so different sizes. This kind of works with everything because it'll come over and it works really well. You could get a harness bar that's a little bit lower, so this comes straight out instead of coming up, but this seems to be working so far. We're going to stick with it till I see a reason that we shouldn't. Alright, so this next video we're going to be changing out the chain with a better quality chain, and then the 12-tooth sprocket, which is actually in here. So we're going to have to take off this cover, loosen up the chain through here, and then just get it all taken apart and then put it back together. I got a 10mm wrench and a 4mm Allen. Those of you that haven't done this before, so you see it's got the opening here, so it's just like that. So you got to push it forward, pull it out. All right, now switch this back. So just for comparison, here's the stock sprocket versus the 12 tooth. So a little bit smaller gear, a little bit more torque to help with hill climbs and stuff. Before I put that on there, I am going to clean that up a little bit. All right, I got the old chain laid out here. I got the new chain here. I've got the product link in the description if you want to check it out. This chain is basically you get 2 chains out of this single one. So that's a backup spare chain if you ever need it. Should never need it. You can count them out if you want to. I'm just going to cheat here, lay it next to it. Alright, so I've indicated this, so I got to grind both of these off so I can separate this chain. Alright, new sprocket's going on. It goes on this way. It's important. You got your beveled end on this side. Put that on past this little indentation. Slide your key on. Line up your holes and then grab your hardware and get that started. So right now we're just going to get this on here basically hand tight. Once we get the chain on, we'll come back and tighten everything down. Make sure you go by manufacturer's recommendations for torque specs. I don't know what that is. Alright, so we got it on that way. Now we're at the point we're going to run our chain on. So if you get to this point and you start to spinning and your chain doesn't fit, your sprocket might be backwards. There's not a lot of space with it either, so I can kind of show you that right there. Alright, so let's get this chain on. Let's see. I know where the easiest place is to make it to where you can see this. So now I need my link. Got my link set up. You got the little grommets in there. I'll get this started here. Alright, so I got my master link connected here. Next I need 2 of those rubber grommets right here, and then this piece will go on, and then that piece. Alright, so I got that on there. Spin it around here so you can see it a little bit better. You just want to make sure it's all the way on. Alright, so I got the new chain and the sprocket on. I still got to tighten this chain up, and I got to tighten these up. I'm gonna go ahead and set the parking brake so I can tighten up those bolts. Just like that, we have the new chain on, new sprocket, got the cover back on, it's good to go. See you on the next one.